I heard you want to survive your Born in the Gods pre-release event. Well, stick with me, kid. We'll get there. Some of what I've learned over the years really breaks down into pre-tournament type stuff and then the day of the tournament. Okay, so pre-tournament stuff is all sort of like research and things that I like to do, and maybe a day before. Uh, Usually I go a day ahead and I register just to make sure I get my name on the list. I pick my color and all that stuff. So for Born of the Gods, you're going to pick your color. The best way to really do that is to look at the promos that come with it. During Theros, I mean, it was enough to win me several games just to have Shipbreaker crack into my deck, or just to have an Abhorrent Overlord. So bombs matter. So if anything matters to you at all, look at that and then just let that be your color. Then I like to do a little research. Ahead of time, you're going to want to learn the important cards and their important interactions. Remember, with Born of the Gods, at least half your deck could be Theros cards. So you don't want to overlook Theros in terms of learning synergies, learning the mechanics. Things like in Born of the Gods that you need to know about are like in the mechanics Inspired, Tribute. Make sure you know how Bestow works, Devotion. You want to know how the gods work, Scry, different archetypes, and you also want to make sure you just read about the Planeswalkers and overall bombs in the set. When it comes down to like the day of, I like to make sure I bring a little bit of money with me because I usually buy the intro decks so I can open up on the channel. But you may want to buy some sleeves or something there, or snacks or whatever. Things that I usually bring in like a baggie or something like that would be in a small bag is I bring my dice, tokens, some snacks, some drinks, some paper, pens, and sleeves. So you don't want to like open some foil paints here or something like that, or crazy foil rare that you want to take care of and you don't have a case and you end up like shoving it in your pocket or having to buy one there. Just bring one with you just in case. You can always leave it out in your vehicle. I leave like my snacks and my soda in the vehicle, and I would normally just go munch between matches. But bring some money, bring those things. I wouldn't bring like your trade binder if it's your first time going. There's not normally a ton of time between rounds. It just gets in the way. There's a lot of people that don't normally go to the card store, so leaving stuff around might not be a good idea. I'm just saying. But you know, the only other tip I have, like pre-tournament too, by the way, is to make sure you get a lot of rest. Well, try to be well rested. You know damn well HQ is going to go to the midnight release, upload my vlog at about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, sleep for 2 hours, and I'll be right back at noon. That's just how I roll, and I know a lot of you roll like that too. But one thing I like to do is not eat a huge meal right before the event. So my old chess coach, when I was on the chess team in high school, used to always have that ritual, like, don't go and eat like a foot-long meatball sub and then come back and try to play a chess match. So I try to just eat enough ahead of time or eat light to keep my mind like, I know it's a small thing, but I don't know. I feel like it gives me an edge. So once you arrive, you want to get there like 20 minutes early, roughly. Just because sometimes pre-release events can be really busy, and you want to make sure you get a good seat. I, for one, don't like to do my deck building on the floor or on like a temporary table or something like that. Then you're going to get your packs. There'll be a couple Theros packs, a couple Born of the Gods packs, and then a pre-seeded pack. So hypothetically, the pre-seeded pack will help you build your deck, but sometimes you don't even use that stuff. It comes down to just opening your packs and see what you get. Normally, I'll spread it all out by color if there's room. Then I try to live by like both. Don't get blinded by bombs, meaning don't think your deck's built just because you pulled a Planeswalker, because it might suck. It might not build, might not fit your deck, and blah blah blah. The other thing is to not ignore them either. So if you have a couple good bombs in limited, it's almost always good to splash your bombs. So then once you look at your cards, you can generally develop a strategy, and there's a couple of good ones that I rely on for sealed events. So I have your basic like synergy, meaning you stack up all your cards and all of a sudden you're like, look at all these white-green heroic cards, or look at all these white-blue heroic cards. Or look at all these, I don't know, red-white aggro cards that work together. And just the deck just builds itself. Maybe you splash in a bomb. Maybe you splash in a Pain Seer. I don't know. You move on with your day. Then what happens more often is you just get a pile, right? You had a couple good cards in green, a couple good cards in black, so you decide to play green-black, and you just say, here goes nothing. That strategy can work. You just have to try to figure out, okay, well, how can I dirtle? Like, basically, this strategy is like dirtle till bombs. So you just want to live long enough until you can play that huge bomb and hopefully win the game. And then there's this third, like, when all else fails, go aggro. Certainly synergy might bring you about an aggro plan, but also you could just say, like, well, look, I got a decent red-green. I'm just going to play red-green. Or decent white-red. You know, I don't really have anything going on. Maybe I'll splash a bomb in. But aggro goes a long way in sealed events if you can build a reliable, speedy deck. Now, in my opinion, creatures are even more important in sealed. They weigh more, or just as much at least, as removal for me. So when you're splashing, if you have a really, really good creature or a really, really good piece of removal, it's usually worth splashing. You go with 40 cards, 17 lands. Some people play 18, some people play 16. I would just recommend playing 17. Then also you want to keep in mind that you're going to need to be patient this year, because with Born of the Gods, Theros is already a much slower format, and then, or block, and Born of the Gods, I assume it will get slower, while there are some pretty cool aggro cards already spoiled. But it's pre-release, and it's going to take a while, so be patient. You know, it's going to be every bit of 3 or 4 hours if you play all your games. Now, I'm usually one of those people that plays a few games, and if it doesn't look like, you know, anything's going to amount of it, especially on the midnight, I might 0-3 drop at a midnight release, but otherwise it takes a while. So the most important thing, though, is you can plan on winning all you want. Everyone wants to win. But this year, you know, just plan to have fun. And everything else is extra. For me, I love just cracking new packs. The gameplay is fun, too. I also like to win, but I want to get more people out to pre-release this year. So if you know somebody who, you know, has been saying, maybe I'm going to go to a pre-release, you should have them come, because it's so much fun, and not even just the midnight release. So hopefully this video provided a few little nuggets for you in like real casual, like vlog format for what to do for pre-release. I know that a lot of you will probably just continue the discussion in the comment section down below, or also you can go over to mtgheadquarters.com, and there's a forum there where people are already kind of talking about their pre-release plans and schedules. And so, you know, hopefully these things will get you prepared and go out there, kick some ass. Later.
I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, check out some of our most popular playlists, from MTG vlogs, sick gameplay videos, new product breaks, and some insane vintage openings. I upload 3 to 4 new Magic the Gathering videos every week, so if you haven't already, please take a moment to crush that subscribe button to join one of the fastest growing Magic the Gathering channels on YouTube. Talk to you later.